Hi. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I am coming on to do a live about just what I've been processing since the last video that I did, and hopefully I'm looking a little bit more decent than what I came on looking like last time. But for this video, I wanted to come on and basically just kind of give you a part 2 to where I'm at with living in Barcelona and just how the transition has been for me. So also, I hope you like my I'm trying to give you like a decent view of my background here, and I'm sitting on a chair, so if you hear, I'm not sitting on a chair, I'm sitting on a table, but if you hear funky noises, it's because I'm sitting on this small wooden table. Okay, so let's get into it. Where do I begin? So many people, I don't want to say so many people, but I've gotten quite a few of you ladies who watched my video reach out to me and offer some sort of support, which I'm so grateful for, as far as just being able to have someone that I could reach out to and kind of connect with here while in Barcelona. And I'm really grateful for that. And if anybody else sees this video and they happen to be in Barcelona and would love to connect with me, I am more than open for that, because I do need I need a network. I need friends. I need friendships. I need people who know this city better than I do, to kind of help me through the transition into living in the city. So that's one thing that happened. Like after the last video, people were willing to connect with me and actually reached out to me for, just to kind of, if I need someone to talk to or if I want to get together. Yeah, that was an opportunity that showed up. So right now, I'm just going to explain to you kind of like emotionally, mentally, spiritually where I am at with living here in Barcelona. First of all, I don't even know if I can say I live in Barcelona, because there's just a lot of paperwork and I don't even know the word for it, but there's a lot that I have to do in order to actually say that I, like right now, yes, physically I'm living in Barcelona, but lawfully, I can't say I'm living in Barcelona lawfully, which is my goal and my intentions, is to be able to live in Barcelona under the legal way or whatever, because currently I'm on my tourist visa and I'm trying to turn that into a residence visa, which is a lot of work and I'm sure a lot of money. But see, these are things that I didn't think of when I chose to move to Barcelona. But I know that God is with me and I know that everything is going to work out. I have found some loopholes. So hopefully those will work out for me. But anyway, I wanted to focus on the spiritual and mental aspect and obviously also physical. I think for the past week, I've just been processing, like, why am I here? Like, what brought me here? Why did I decide to invest in the process of moving to Barcelona, and especially without actually focusing on what it would take to get here. So I can tell you, like, if I focused on what it would take to get here, I wouldn't have moved. I definitely wouldn't have taken the chance that I took, because it's a lot of work. There's so much that goes into uplifting your entire life from one country to another country, especially if that country has a lot of bureaucracy that you have to go through in order to establish yourself here, which is one thing that I'm dealing with. I have to deal with a lot of bureaucracy. At least that's what it looks like. It's not necessarily going to be my process, or at least I don't know. Like, everything is unfolding. Everything is showing up with every step that I take. My mind is jumbled, so I don't even know how to kind of organize what my thoughts are right now for this whole process, which is what I've been experiencing. If I could talk about that, I haven't really been able to fully adjust to the life that I am currently experiencing, only because I'm really just focused on my Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and I did that because it's a triangle. So right now I feel like my triangle is upside down. So here's the point and here's the base. So as far as there's like a few basic standards that we need as human beings to feel safe and to feel comfortable. And right now, I'm just focused on making sure that I'm eating, making sure that I'm taking my medication, making sure that I am making money, trying to bring in some form of income for myself while I'm also establishing my business on the side. That's another thing. I'm also focusing on this, my business, while I'm also trying to figure out what it's like here in Barcelona by going out and trying to just learn life here. So other than that, it's about money, food, health right now. Yeah, the basics. So because of that, I can't really, I'm not really focused on much more than anything else. So, and before, when I was living in America, I didn't have to worry about, the basics, which gave me more freedom. It gave me a sense of stability, gave me a sense of indulgence. And right now I'm not able to indulge in things that I'm used to back in America. And I'm not talking about like materialistic things, but also my spiritual mindset, but which is something I try to keep in the forefront and make sure that I do at least a little something towards that. And for me, that is doing tarot. So I do tarot, and tarot cards really kind of give me a sense of love. It gives me a sense of clarity. It helps me to know where I'm at in my life right now during this transition that I'm going through. So prayer and doing tarot and doing affirmations, meditating, and I'm looking over here because I'm trying to think of the name of the thing that I'm looking at, and it's saging. So saging my room, really all of these things kind of help me have a sense of familiarity. I don't know how to say that, but you know what I'm talking about. Familiarity. Anyway, it gives me a sense of home. And it also helps me to create a connection with God, a deeper connection within myself, of who I know myself to be, regardless of what's happening around me or what my surroundings are showing me. So, yeah. So where else can I go with this live? What it's been like for me in the past week or since I did my last video. It's just been a lot of processing, a lot of reminding myself that I'm here for something very important, very powerful, very special. So to go back to that, I think I mentioned earlier in this video, that I was questioning, why am I here? What am I here to do? Because I kind of feel like I've left everything that I've known for something that isn't tangible yet, or at least that I can't have right now. And that scares me. That is so fucking scary. And yes, I'm gonna curse because I'm literally creating a new paradigm without any solid evidence of what it is that I am here for. So I'm someone who, before I used to be someone who would follow what people told me to do. Like if my family told me to do something, I did it, because that's just the way my culture and my my household was set up. I couldn't question things. Even though I did question things, but then I would get beat for questioning why I had to do something, or even just trying to stand up for myself in that structure, in my familial structure when I was younger. So what was I trying to say? So basically, yes, so there was a point in my life where I never really had my own mind, or I did, but it just wasn't a point where I could exercise my opinions. I couldn't exercise my beliefs, or I just couldn't question things. I just had to follow the rule. I had to follow the norm. And basically a lot of that carried out throughout my teenage years into my young adult years. And it really wasn't until I was 30 that I started, like, how do you say, going against the grain. And so around 29 to 30s when I started actually questioning things, and not just questioning things, but questioning it enough to speak up about it and require answers. And people, I just didn't like the response that I was getting. And at this time, I was part of a church that was very legalistic and very kind of cult-like or cult-ish. So because of that, I couldn't, the way people and situations and scenarios were happening, I just didn't feel right in my spirit about certain things. And so I would question them. And I think around 29 and 30 is when I started actually creating my own self identity. And trust me, I'm still creating my own self-identity, but I have a stronger sense of who I am and what I want and where I'm going in life. But basically, so yeah, question things, and just the response I got, it didn't sit well with me, and it didn't sit right with me. So I struck out on my own, basically. I struck out on my own, and I started um, finding answers for myself. So with that, or in that time and in that process, my whole relationship with God changed. Who I was changed, and the way I saw life changed for me, and that allowed me to create a deeper foundation for myself. And and when I say a deeper foundation, it allowed me to create a deeper spiritual foundation for myself. So basically, I just learned how to uh, believe in myself more. I learned how to trust myself more. I learned how to build up my intuition. So, which is the whole point of why I even said all the things that I was just saying. So basically, I just learned to follow my intuition. And the reason why I'm here is because my intuition brought me here. I'm someone who has a very deep connection with my intuition, and a very deep connection with God, in a way that I didn't have it when I was in the church. And basically, I am 100% more happier. I'm 100% more solid in who I am, and 100% more solid with my life because of the experiences I've been through, but because of the the growth that I've had with myself spiritually, and with the relationship I have with God spiritually. So all of that to say is that I was guided to be here. And I still can't tell you why I was guided to be here. But if you want to know, I will be posting my Patreon link on my business page and on my personal page, and that is where I can tell you how I knew I was meant to come to Barcelona. And I'm still trying to figure out if I'm supposed to be here. But the answer is yes, I'm supposed to be here. And I'm still working through that, because something that I'm learning, or I've learned, is that granted, when we're called to do something that is out of the norm, or we follow our intuition and we know that we're being led by a higher spirit or our guiding spirit, because that is what guided me here, is the entity or the spirit that watches over me and guides me and speaks to me when I have questions about life, when I'm praying, when I have doubts. That is what helps me through everything that seems kind of foggy for me in the moment. But basically, I can talk about the practices and the exercises that I've done that have provided me with just greater insight into my life. And I'll be doing that on Patreon. But right here, I'm just talking about what it takes for you to not be afraid, to go after what it is you feel called to. Even so, that's the thing. Like I'm learning that even though I'm going after the thing it is that I've been called to. Granted, it's not showing up for me right now in this moment or the moment that I stepped foot into this country. There's a part of me that that has understand through the process that um, that it's not going to be easy. When you're trusting in a higher power, it's not necessarily going to be an easy process, but it doesn't mean that it's not meant for you. So that's the lesson that I've been learning for the past 3 weeks. And currently, right now, things are kind of more settled for me just because I have a place that I'm staying in for a period of time. And I've found my next place that I'll be living in more permanently until kind of the bureaucratic paperwork gets done. And then from there, I'll move to my next place, and hopefully things by that time will kind of settle down way more than where I'm at currently. But things are starting I'm starting to kind of ease into life here. And I'm learning a lot. It's not easy. But I'm also seeing a strength in myself that I didn't know I had, because I'm someone who I tend to give up easily when things don't go the way that I want it to go, or things don't go the way that I think it should go for me, or the way that I think it should go, period. So I'm learning a lot about myself. There's a strength in me that I didn't know that I had from this process, which is someone who continues even if or despite what reality is showing to her. So I encourage you guys to take that with you, like to allow yourself to just experience. Sorry, my shoulder and my back is hurting me. But anyway, I encourage you guys to just go after your life and to experience what it is that really sets you on fire. And even if that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be easy, it's gonna work out. And the reason to you it might not look easy, and it might not feel good, but you'll know if you're meant for it, if it's meant for you, because things just tend to fall into place. So with that, I will end the live, but I do want you to if you haven't seen, I posted a link to my Acuity calendar. If you guys want to do one-on-one coaching for me, an hour of one-on-one coaching with me to work on any aspect of your life where you would like to develop yourself in that area, as far as self-care, self-love, self-confidence, self-belief, I am available for free one-on-one coaching for 1 hour. It would be a pleasure to work with you. And in exchange for that free one-on-one coaching, I ask that you would be willing to provide me with feedback of your experience, and also a review on my site, which is sorry, I always do this. It's www.theinnerexperience.com. Also, if you haven't noticed, which I haven't posted, but if you go onto my website and you kind of like are looking around, be sure to stop by the shop, because that is where I have some digital products where you can support me, or where you can get to have a better rapport with me, and kind of get a better feel for my work. So I offer one-on-one spiritual cleansing. I offer one-on-one spiritual guidance with tarot and oracle decks. And also I have some downloadable digital products. There's a meditation, well, there's a kind of a miniature course on how to pray, or how to create how to pray when you are praying, basically. And then there is lastly my digital book. It's the Inner Work Holistic Babe, which is the first product I created on the first product that came out of my business when I created my business. A long time ago, my business was called I can't even remember. It was called like Aditura Majek Holistic Coaching. So it's still the same concept. It was based on the soul and how to have a really better, more confident relationship with yourself, and getting to know the spirit of who you are on a much more deeper level, which is still the same thing with the inner experience. So yeah. So if you are interested in any of my offerings, please check out my website and go to the shop. Learn about me, read about me on my About page. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like this was jumbled up, but in a word, hopefully you guys have a better sense of where I'm at with being here in Barcelona. And I just want to quickly look at the calendar, because I feel like it's the 4th week now that I've been here. So let me see. Yeah, so this is the 4th week that I've been here, which makes it a month since I've been in Barcelona. And things seem to kind of be settling down. I'm feeling more comfortable in my skin. Obviously, I still have quite a bit of a ways to go before I get to where I want to be, as far as like being here, knowing the language, and working in order to provide for myself and do this business that I'm passionate about. And yeah, so that's it, and I will talk to you later. Okay, stay tuned. Look out for me on my Instagram and Twitter and YouTube. I'll definitely also be posting things on YouTube as well. Yeah, so get used to this face, because she's going to be everywhere. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.